Hey there, welcome to today's podcast episode where we're discussing why most domiciliary care inquiries never actually become clients and what's really going wrong. See, there's no shortage of demand in domiciliary care right now. I mean, if anything, most agencies I speak to are in fact getting inquiries, but what I keep seeing is that those inquiries are not converting into clients as consistently as they should be. And here's the interesting part, it's not usually because the care is poor, it's something else. You see, what actually tends to happen is this: a family makes an inquiry and they're already under pressure. They're often stressed, sometimes overwhelmed, and sometimes in a bit of a crisis. They reach out, and then what happens is completely inconsistent. Sometimes they'll get a quick response, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes the next steps are clear, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes there's a follow up, sometimes there isn't. And what that creates is uncertainty. And when families feel uncertain, then of course they don't want to wait around. They move on. You see, what I've realized looking at this across multiple domiciliary care agencies is actually that most businesses don't have a clearly defined inquiry journey. It's not mapped, it's not structured, it's just handled. And of course, that means that inquiries aren't tracked properly. Follow up is almost always inconsistent, and different people handle things in different ways, which means opportunities slip through the gaps. Not because anyone's doing a bad job, but ultimately because there isn't a system in place holding it all together. So, where's the shift? Well, the shift isn't how do we get more inquiries? The shift is how do we handle the inquiries we already get much, much better? Because in most cases, the demand is already there. What's missing is a consistent, structured way of moving someone from inquiry to becoming a client. Here's the way I think about it, and it's very simple. There are really just 5 stages. That's it. Number one, the inquiry comes in. Two, there's an immediate response. Three, there's some level of qualification. Four, an assessment or call is arranged. Five, then there's a structured follow up to a decision. That's it. But you know what? In many agencies, those stages either aren't clearly defined, aren't consistently followed, or aren't even connected together. And I'm going to tell you that's where the leakage happens. Now, obviously, none of this stuff replaces the human side of care. That's still critical. Tone, empathy, presence, all of that matters. But what I'm talking about here is the system around that. Because even when the care is excellent, if the process around the inquiry is weak, you're still going to lose people. So, look, if you run a domiciliary care agency and you've ever felt like we're getting inquiries, but we're not converting as many as we should, it's worth looking at the system, not just the demand. Because I'm here to tell you, more often than not, that's where the issue is. I've been speaking to a few agency owners about this recently and walking through where their inquiry process is breaking down. If it's useful, I'm always happy to have a look at what you're doing and give you a little bit of perspective. There's no pressure, just a conversation.